No, you fucking idiots. Donald Trump is the establishment candidate. Trump didn't win the election, but he's being handed the presidency. The United States is not a democracy. Deal with it. What's coming up is going to be painful, but do not blame the American people. This is not their fault. This is not their choice. There was not a polling fail. The polling was not wrong. Rather, there was a coup by the military-industrial complex, which chose Donald Trump as its preferred candidate. Trump is going to be a spineless figurehead, much like George W. Bush, and that's exactly what they want. The Russians were not hacking the DNC. It was from the inside. And Assange was not getting his information from the Russians either. He was being fed information from the CIA. While I do not know if Hillary Clinton was actually aware of what was actually happening, I am almost certain that Julian Assange was not aware of what was happening or where he was getting that information from. Let us recall that Julian Assange has been stuck in the Ecuadorian embassy in London for years. Years. If he has not been broken yet, he is at the least, no doubt, very easy to manipulate. Connect the goddamn dots. But you'll never get from Trump to a liberal Democrat, okay? The next Democratic president will be well to the right of Obama. So I'm going to have essentially no interest in the U.S. political system until we get another Democrat in office. First, I know better. The next Democrat will be a conservative. If you thought that let's put Trump in power now, you're stupid. Okay, you're going to get a big tent. Is what you're going to get. And at every rally, at every meeting, at every event, you're going to have to fight off establishment Democrats in order to get a word in. And you're not going to fight them off, and you're not going to get a word in. You're going to see big crowds that are going to be controlled by the banking establishment, just like you saw 10 years ago. And at the end of it, 4 years from now, 8 years from now, you're going to be voting for fucking Joe Lieberman out of desperation to get rid of Donald Trump. So this was your master plan. Thanks a lot. You have approximately 40 minutes to realize that Trump was the establishment candidate and Clinton was not, before you are officially a fool. Okay, time's up. If you have not yet figured out that this wasn't an accident, you are now officially a fool. There is no victory for the unwashed, ignorant, and deplorable against the banking establishment. The premise is absurd. Donald Trump is the establishment, and he will run an establishment presidency. It's the old boss. Yep. Yeah, but no, she didn't do anything wrong, guys. Okay? She did what she was paid to do. She played her role. She carried out her part. Here's another one for investigative journalists. How much money did Clinton take from Trump anyways? There was this theory in the summer that Trump was working for Clinton. Now, you've got it backwards, okay? She's the one that's for sale, and he's the one that buys influence. Don't critique her strategy. She did what she was paid to do. And no, Bernie would not have won either. The point is that the military wants a puppet. See, here's the thing. Bernie seemed to get it, right? If you think back a little while, Bernie got a lot of criticism from the real left that he wasn't being vocal enough about the military, right? In fact, he even seemed to have a couple of pro-military positions. Yeah, I think we see why. But they would have picked Trump anyways. Bernie may have, actually, strangely enough, been a little bit more appealing, but not as appealing as Trump. Not if you're the military and not if you're fixing an election, right? If Hillary made an error at some point, it was that she was too proactive in her interest in the military, which scared people off. She wanted to be commander-in-chief in a way that the system doesn't truly allow for. She wanted to make decisions, right? She wanted to be the boss of the army. And the army said, no, no one's the boss of us. Despite what it says in the Constitution about how the president is the boss of them. And the whole civilian military thing, yeah, they don't. Military doesn't like that. They never did. But they really don't. Okay, I'm going to clean this mess up quickly and get back to music production, but my analysis is that the differences between the polling and the outcome are outside of any reasonable error, and the election was obviously stolen. We will have to see in the morning how Hillary reacts. I wouldn't expect much. I don't think she has a remedy available to her, so even if she does overreact, I don't think there's anything that can be done. The establishment gets what the establishment wants, and the establishment wants Donald Trump. But it would behoove her to behave in such a way as to make the fraud clear for the historical record. She cannot create a fair election where there is none. And when they step in, they're serious. And they've stepped in. And there's not a lot you can do. Except leave some hints for historians so that they know. How important is that? Well, I'm sitting here. I cite history all the time. I think it's maybe more important than you might think. In the short term, I may choose to spend less money in Detroit. I am now going to feel a lot less safe in the United States. You know, I walk through, I don't go through the really bad neighborhoods in Detroit, but I walk through downtown Detroit in the middle of the night all the time. I'm more afraid of coyotes than I am of the black people that live there. But I am afraid of violent Christian extremists. Because of my gender identity. I am afraid of patriots. Because I'm a socialist. And I'm afraid of Nazis. Because I'm a liberal. I somehow doubt that there's a committee sitting somewhere, you know, underground, Indiana Jones style, waiting to appease me. Nonetheless.